Hey guys, it's Clown Town here again. Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to make a quick stream since I just wanted to address some um things a lot of people seem to a lot of average height people or like taller people generally have these their attitudes that they have towards like lengthening, right? Especially when they're not acquainted with this heightism space for very long, like oh welcome Loki Doki. But yeah, like a lot of people say that, oh, you shouldn't get LL. Oh, just spend that money on therapy, bro. Spend $100 an hour and just like flush your money down the toilet, bro. Like all this bullshit. Um, but yeah, like I have real proof for like that being bullshit, right? Because like I talked to all of the patients and it's not just this isn't just me saying like, oh, I know a guy or something. Like everyone I talk to here, every patient that went through this procedure, every patient that completed, every patient that like gained the height, say it completely changed their life for the better, completely changed their life. So, I mean, what do you think that says about how effective it is, right? This is infinitely more effective than like therapy or whatever people try to fucking peddle. Like you might as well just peddle like snake oil or like some um those height increasing products where like you have a rack you stretch yourself on, like you hang on bars, like you might as well just be doing that all day. um if you think like therapy is going to change this whole situation, because look, like people are so fucking ruthless towards short guys, like it's that's an understatement. Like people are just completely ruthless towards short men, like what one of my friends sent in the space sent me like a clip of like an ice, like ice riot police or something, and one of them had like dwarfism or like was really short. um and they were like haha, they were like making fun of the guy, right, for being short. Like he never asked for the height, like it was just given to him, it was chosen for him. And like what do you call it? In the comments, they just like laughed at him like crazy. Like you wouldn't see that with like even fat people, right? Like with fat, that's completely within their control, you know? Like I mean, even if they're predisposed to being overweight, like there is a possibility of just not being very overweight. You might not be like super skinny, but like you can just not be overweight. Like that's a personal choice. Yeah. What did you say? Uh, I was very Loki Doki said I was very surprised that you had so much pain. I had like a little bit of pain and discomfort, but I never needed help transferring onto the toilet or uh transferring to the toilet or had that much pain. I thought LON at Dongwon was. Yeah, I mean, I need help transferring to the toilet, especially right now. Like, apparently later on, you can walk, but that's like further ahead, It's weight bearing. Um, yeah, it's like I wouldn't say it's painful. It's just like it's just very uncomfortable, Um, like most of the pain is when you do some of the exercises, because like when I do the lunge exercise when I'm on the walker, it like my legs pop in, like the surgeon said it was normal, but like it pops in, and like you relieve pressure, it pops out, and that's when it hurts like hell, and it comes like at a surprise, it's coming, but you don't know when exactly like you're gonna be hit by that like shock of pain, and the stretches are painful too, you know yeah, weight bearing, yet I always lie in bed. Yeah, like I mean, weight bearing means you can stand and walk um if you have like Like I mean, the reason why I can't walk is it's more of a rehab thing, you know? Like I need to be able to learn to walk again, you know? Yeah. Women are getting taller, men are getting shorter. I think that's attributed to like all the Guatemalans and like Filipinos that are coming to the US, you know? That's why. Oh, how tall am I? I grew by 1 centimeter. So I'm almost like I think I'm almost 5'4" now. Almost 5'4" from 5'3". First 2 weeks, I didn't do anything. I started stretching 14 days post-op. Oh, you gotta stretch like 9 days post-op for this, you know? Yeah, the rehab for this thing is just yeah, it's like very unpleasant, you know? But yeah, there's so many people that are like, "Oh, don't get LL, bro." Like I mean, if you got the money and if you can go to like a reputable surgeon, go do it, you know? Like if you have the because like here's the thing, right? Every day that you haven't gotten this operation is a day being wasted, you know? Because like I mean think about it. If I got this surgery when I am like 30 or something, that's like 5 years of being a turbo man. Like that's 5 years wasted. Because like I mean, you're basically locking yourself out of the majority of life, right? Which means in real life stuff, you're locking yourself out of in real life experiences, and you're only limiting yourself to online interactions because that's where people can't see your height. You know how much USD? I think I mean total, I'd say like 70 some K. You know, um, for one leg. Like a lower this operation and like recovery. Do you think you'll be able to get a GF with LL? Not after this one because I'm still gonna be 5'6", you know, or like 5'5 3/4". Like it's far from enough, you know. You're probably 1.5 centimeters taller. No, I didn't even lengthen for 1.5. I'm up to 1.2 centimeters taller, up to that, and it's probably like half of it. So like, yeah, a little more than half a centimeter taller. You know, at least the precise gives you 5 millimeter during operation because they only screw it after they break it. You know, is that Loki Doki said that? Well, I'm gonna get precise for my femur. Like what do you call it? What was brutal is that what do you call it? Like the surgeon said, like my medullary cavity in my lower leg is extremely thin. So like, what do you call it? Like using precise would be like risky since they would have to shave off the inside and what do you call it? Like um yeah, that's why I'm stuck with these fixators on, unfortunately. But one advantage of this apparently is you can get more height. You know, like I might be able to get 7 centimeters instead of 6 centimeters. Austin Wright said, "Why do you do this if you know it's not going to ascend you?" I mean, like what do you call it? Like you writing it proves that you don't get it. You know, like if you're a turbo manlet, if you're 5'3", like literally going anywhere just demoralizes you, you know, because like you're shorter than the children, you're shorter than the women, you're shorter than everyone. Like you're always the shortest guy in the room, like no matter where you go. So like it's really demoralizing, and like people treat you worse because they don't see you as like a full human being or like a full adult. Like you're like the bagel boss guy, you know. Like think about like how people treat him, Like that's what you gotta deal with. So it's not even about ascending. It's literally about like you're just life in general. Improving life in general. Yeah, sent my own way. Said glad you're going to live, dude. Yeah, I mean this is how you live a normal life. You know, like what do you call it? People just assume that like heightism doesn't exist, so they just, I mean, in their little reality, in their own like bubble in their mind, maybe like lengthening won't be necessary, but like what do you call heightism is in full swing. Like people are just so ruthless against short men, and like no one's helping us out, and the short guys that do talk about height are like they're just counterproductive. The people that are like, oh, you gotta focus on yourself, you gotta improve yourself, you gotta stop complaining, bro. And in isolation that might sound good, but like you gotta just look at the results, man. The results speak for themselves. Like how much progress have short men made in the grand scheme of things versus how much progress do you think like fat women made, right? Like everyone's bending over backwards for fat women. Like you can literally get like a free seat on an airline just for being fat, just for being a fat woman, right? So like and what progress have we made so far? Absolutely nothing, right? So like despite what these people say, like, oh, you gotta just focus on yourself, bro. Oh, you gotta be manly and like somehow compensate for your height. Like all these people saying this BS, like um you just have to see the results, like what progress have we made so far? Like we're still in square one. Nothing has changed whatsoever. In fact, it probably got worse, heightism probably got even worse. So like um we gotta try something different, right? We gotta actually start complaining and making noise, because that's way more effective. That's what the fat women did. So, and look at where they gotten. They're miles ahead, and we've gotten absolutely nowhere with our like alpha masculinity crap that does absolutely nothing. Yeah, upward and just anything's better than 5'3". Yeah, absolutely. Unless it's like 4'11", but yeah, everything above 5'3" is better than 5'3". Yeah, exactly. Sent my own way. This goes way beyond trying to attract women. Yeah, exactly. It's just being um a normal person, you know. Oh, Coral Star. Like I do have like money problems, in the sense that like I can't like move out and live my life. Like what do you call it? Like any money I receive from my parents is dependent on, like, they have all the purse strings, right? And like if I want to like start my own life, if I want to move out, like that's going to have to be like my own money, and I can't earn like I'm unable to earn enough money to survive, on my own. I mean, it's like every other neat guy, right? Like sure they can stay and live with their parents, but they don't have the means to move out and live in their own crappy apartment. Like that's what I mean by like I have money problems, right? And how did I get the money for this? Like I complained to my parents for like over 10 years at this point, and they eventually gave in, and like I said like, oh, I'm gonna loan the money, and they said no, no, loan it from us, right? So I just loaned it from my parents instead, so I don't have to like incur debt, you know I mean, you'll still be below average compared to both genders at 5'6". Yeah, yeah, this is only one part of the puzzle, right? Like I'm gonna get to 5'6" with my lower leg, and my upper leg, I'll get to at least 5'8", or at most between 5'8" and 5'9", after getting the upper leg surgery. And I'm not gonna give up because like some other people, they gave up in the middle because they didn't reach their lengthening goal. I'm just gonna go full on. Like I don't care how much pain I endure. I don't care um what setbacks I have. If I gotta take more time, I'll take more time. If I have to like lengthen slower, then I'll lengthen slower. Like I'll have these stupid fixators on me for a year if I have to reach my goal, you know. Clown Town, what would you do when you figure out that after you finish your surgery you won't be able to get a like bro, this isn't about like relationships. This is literally just about being treated like a normal person, you know. When you can get PMAX and re-break and retract after 2 years, so you get S better height. Wait, so you could do the lengthening for a third time and get even taller. Is that what you're saying, Loki Doki? Just might I mean I might consider that like later on. So maybe I could get to like 5'10" or something. You know, that would be a great height. That would be a really good height, you know. Uh, just my 2 cents from a guy who already did LL one time. Loki Doki said, "Well, yeah, I'm assuming he just did precise, right? Because like, what do you call it? Dr. Lee said that what do you call it? Like Asian people tend to have like thinner medullary cavities, and that's why like my lower legs are just extremely thin, you know." Mr. Gentleman said, just find a tall woman to bear. I'm not bearing any children, you know. I don't want any I don't want my genes to go anywhere because just it's like having um what do you call it? That disease that what's his name? Um Stephen Hawking had. Like you don't want to have any kids because you just don't want like anyone to suffer that kind of fate, you know. JFL at the guys worries about other people's finances. You need to get to 6 feet, and I think you can do it. Um, I don't know, maybe. Lots of guys in here are unwitting normies. Sent my own way. Said, what do you mean by that? A lot of people are, yeah, they are unwitting normies because they're like, oh, don't do LL, just spend it on escorts. Like, I mean, come on, man. I'm in my 20s. Like, I gotta improve the rest of my life. Maybe if I was like 45 or something, sure, like I'd do escort and drugs and party, like go to Las Vegas or whatever. But like, you know, I'm at the age where, you know, I got my whole life ahead of me and I need to um have it be like a life worth living, you know, not just, you know, enjoy like 2 years and then just suffer for the rest of my life, you know. Short term fun and long term pain. What's con? I can't wait to see your experience would be after you reach max lengthening surgery. Yeah, I'm excited as well. Like my life's gonna improve. Every other patient said that it it, it boosted their self esteem for the better, you know, and boosted and people treat them better, et cetera, et cetera. You know, Born Slippy said, "I'm 5'9". I'm invisible." Um, excuse me. Hope this surgery helps you at least be invisible, like most of us. My height. Heal up and get well, man. Thanks, Born Slippy. Vendetta Maxing said, "My mom called me little man at 5'7" when she's 5'2". Oh my god. And my dad's 6 feet. And the reason I'm a manlet. Oh yeah, yeah, Mick, of course, Mick, of course. Like you know, when like a lot of short women, like I mean, it's both the fault of the short woman and the tall guy. It's the fault of the short woman for wanting to spread her short genes, and it's the fault of the tall guy for like deciding to what do you call it, ruin the tall genes he has. You know. There was one black manlet who went from 5 feet to 5'6". Noobsy. I mean that's actually like a great improvement. I know like 5'6" is a horrible height to be, but like I mean, would you rather be Bagel Boss or would you rather be like a Mexican height? You know, like I'd rather be 5'6" than 5 feet. Like I'm just being honest. Okay, Upward Ninja said, my mom makes fun of me for being short, but she's shorter than me and native. Yeah, Mick, of course. How tall is my dad? Like he was like what 5'2", and then he got like some spinal injury, so he's like what 5'1" now. So like he lost an inch. Um, so yeah, like, and I'm 5'3", and my mom's 5'3" as well. And like I need to get this surgery, and then I'll be like 5'6", and then after the upper surgery, I'll be like between 5'8" and 5'9". Yeah, yeah, my parents agreed to support me for my second surgery as well. So, yeah. Instant Medicine said, "How is the pain feeling right now? Gauging how bad it is before I, gauging how bad it is before I consider LL." Like Instant Medicine is just in the beginning, it's gonna be extremely painful, especially with like, I mean, the issue with like these external fixators is that like you wake up, it's extremely painful, and like you can barely sleep for like the next 2 days because you're just not used to like sleeping in weird positions, you know. I mean, that's why it's hard to sleep with these things on, and what do you call it? Yeah, it's really hard to sleep with these things on. Because like you can only sleep in one position, and even if you do, like um your legs are just like hanging on these like fixators, you know. Okay, I just need to get yeah, I'm getting the what yeah, sorry about that. Like I'm just the nurse was just like measuring my heartbeat and my temperature. So that's why like I was silent for a bit. Um Yeah, this is Goodman says, what just happened? I just did the nurse just checked my uh what do you call it? My heartbeat and my temperature, you know. You are brave for doing Goodman says you are brave for doing this, making a real improvement that really matters. Honestly, not many people dare. Yeah, like what do you call it? This is real improvement, man. Like as a short guy, this is the only way you can really like improve. Like what do you call it? The amount of if you're not doing this, the amount of money you have to earn, the amount of like accolades you have to accumulate, the amount of shit you have to do just to like slightly offset your height issue is just so massive. You're gonna have to like work for what 40 years just to achieve that. That you know, it's you might as well just get leg lengthening at that point. You know, if like you have to do that much just to compensate for it. If you have to dedicate your entire life just to compensate for it, you might as well just get leg lengthening at that point. You know, yeah. Like I mean, the second surgery is just dependent on when I get the because like there's a wait list, but like if you already got a surgery with the surgeon, then you're put at the front, you're on the short list, you know. So it's probably going to be or like a little less than a year before between like me finishing this surgery and like getting the new surgery, you know. Like yeah, I have I'm not going to say I don't say like a lot. It's just a negative habit I have, you know. Uh Mr. Gentleman said it would really happen. I feel it to myself. Do you have a financial plan for this? Like how is it, how is that going to um do you think it'll be possible for you? Do anything possible to um achieve lengthening before the age of 30, you know, um so you could enjoy the rest of your life, you know. Height, face height, race, these things are real. Yeah, absolutely. Leg lengthening or femboy maxing, which way 5'3", like Austin, right? Like you keep people keep talking about femboy maxing, but like bro, I'm 25 years old. Femboy maxing like only works until like you're 25 maximum usually. You know, before we age out of that aesthetic, you gotta look really young to femboy max, and most people just can't do that for very long. So you just, it's a very short term way of thinking. Like you just go from if you do femboy maxing, you might be able to achieve the femboy appearance for a few years, and then you just end up being a old cell and it's over after 25. You're just gonna be a typical short man, you know. There's no escape. um I don't know if that makes sense. Like it's just the shelf life for femboy maxing is just very short. No pun intended. Try not to develop an opioid dependency. I've been addicted for 20 years. Well, I don't think I have much of a choice, but like, I mean, where am I supposed to find opioids? Like, I get the painkillers here, and then once it's over, like, I guess you just deal with the withdrawal, right? You just deal with it, and there's no way to get the new opioids, so you just play games or something to um uh fill the dopamine gap. Do you have to recover from the first one before getting? Yeah, I have to recover from the first one. Yeah, that's why I'm saying I can't just do it immediately. Um, how tall were you before S&D? How tall are you expect after this surgery? I'll be like around 5'6", you know. Do I have brother or sister? No, I'm an only child. How many millimeters so far? Mark said how many millimeters? About a- up to 1.2 I mean 1.2 centimeters. I lengthened for 1.2 centimeters, but apparently in the beginning it's less than it's like half the amount that you gain um compared to the amount you lengthened for. I'm 27. Is it too late? 5'7". No, Upward Ninja. It's not too late. So 27 isn't too late. I'd say it's too late when you're like in your 30s. You know, that's when it's too late. Twink death around 35. You can go past. Yeah, I mean 35 is the absolute maximum cap. If you're genetically predisposed to being looking really young and everything, then yeah, maybe you could get up to 35 years old and still femboy max. But for the majority of people, they just look like an old man after like a real adult after 25. They just look like a normal adult after 25 for most people. But yeah, if you're really predisposed to like looking really young, then maybe you can maintain that look up to 35 years old if you're really lucky. But yeah, addiction is real life problem. Yeah, I mean, I'm I don't I doubt I'll get addicted. I'm I'm not predisposed to addiction. Like there's no addiction in my family. Uh, when did you stop growing? I think I stopped growing at 16, 17, I believe. So then you'll be 5'8" in 2 years. Yeah, I think I'll be around 5'8". Yeah. Um. Uh. Being an only child is a sign that you were not planned. People like us weren't even supposed to exist. Well, I mean, I wasn't even supposed to exist due to my extremely short height to begin with. You know, like this isn't a normal height. The only people that I've met in my life that were my height had like some kind of disease, or they had premature puberty, they had some bone marrow disease, they have Turner syndrome, they have like some syndrome, some disease, some deficiency, growth hormone deficiency, like all these different ailments that make them this height. They're not just quote unquote perfectly healthy like me, but being this short. Like this is I might be clinically perfectly healthy at this height, but um what do you call it? Everyone else who is this height that is not clinically perfectly healthy. Like they have some syndrome or deficiency or disease or something like that. Now is the time to breathe the air of tall people like you used to. Boost those gains. What's your job? Oh, I don't have a job. Um, being blue capsule ruined my life. Yeah, Tianming. In ninth grade, I was 5'3". This girl called me short and ugly when I asked her out. Yeah, yeah, sounds about right. Um, I'm 5'6". The grass isn't greener. Like, look, man, like, I'm 5'3" is really bad, but I will admit that it's still better than being 4'11" or something. You know, um, I'd say being 5'3" is an improvement over being 4'11", but it's still a horrible height. You know, it's the same deal with being 5'6" versus 5'3". I'd rather be 5'6" if I have the choice. Yeah, Carl, is God testing you? Yeah, in some ways I feel like God is testing me to have more empathy for disabled people and people that have like disease and stuff like that. I was sort of thinking about that when I was in pain and whatnot, like why, like seeing it in a religious way, like I actually felt that way earlier. Yeah, the grass is greener at 5'6" compared to 5'3". Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you want proof, like if I mean, the thing that gives me confidence in that is that everyone who got this surgery, even the ones that went from 5'4" to 5'6", still had like an improvement. Yeah, Woodrow once said, "I'm 5'6" and Latino with a thick ass accent and stutter. I envy you being able to talk this fluently." Yeah, I mean, those aren't positive traits. Like, I wouldn't want an accent, but like those are like separate issues, if that makes sense. Those are separate issues that aren't 100% related with height. Like, being ugly or being bald, it's like being ugly or being bald. Um, yeah, those are negative traits. Yeah. Also, I'm also considering plastic surgery as well after I get this the what do you call it? This lower leg surgery. Like once I'm able to walk and everything, I'm considering, like, first thing I'm gonna do is get a nose job and double eyelid surgery. Um and like I could consider like a brow ridge implants and stuff like that as well. Um yeah. Oh yeah, Vendetta Maxing said how to deal with parents blaming it on nutrition. Like, this is the biggest cope ever. Like, um, the caretaker said, like, I told her like I hate being short, like in Korean, And there was this other patient, like and they said, "Oh, bro, did you not eat much as a kid?" I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, man!" Like I was I was actually like overweight as a kid because I didn't even eat junk or anything. I ate a lot of good food, high protein, high fiber, high veggies, high milk, like calcium, all the foods you can think of, and I still ended up being short. It's literally all just genetics. It's like expecting a Chihuahua to be as big as a Great Dane. It ain't happening. You know, it doesn't matter how much, like how much of the best kibble you give the Chihuahua pup. You know, yeah. Any facial stuff will be like getting an oil change for you after LL. Yeah, like what do you call it? Like LL is like uh a full on overhaul of the vehicle, and like the facial stuff is like an oil change. Yeah, I agree. It's like a bonus, you know. Uh Double jaw surgery. No, I mean my main issue is like just Asian features, like a flat maxilla. Like that's my main issue. Flat maxilla and like a flattish nose, you know. No, Ethiopians aren't the tall ones. It's the Sudanese that are tall. Like some tribes in Sudan. Yeah, diet is like 10%. Yeah, absolutely. It's just like some minuscule thing, and like most people do like you might just be like 1 or 2 inches, or like just 1 inch like off your maximum potential height if you lived in the West, and if you like were malnourished for someone in the West, then you might just be like an inch or an inch and a half like off your potential or something, you know. um how to fix an Asian maxilla with surgery. um it's just I don't know, it's just very risky, you know, like a Lefort too, it's just very risky. So I mean, the only thing that's straightforward is just leg lengthening. That's the most straightforward thing. Like you won't look uncanny, like you can't like screw it up, like it's hard to screw up um like qualitatively, you know. Stop bragging, Ace Rue. He said, "I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1", and my brother's 5'7", despite similar Western diet growing up. You don't need to mention your height, man. How is someone so famous in this chat? Wait, who's famous in this chat? Living in the West destroyed McDermott. Yeah, McDermott is a huge example of like being short and Asian. Like he had a great career. He had a lot of money. He had great social circles. No GF though. Um, like Kevin McDermott. Yeah, he was just like this short Asian guy. Like this is what I mean. Like, uh, if you compensate Max to the moon, if you're like a fucking god, basically, if you just have like everything going for you, then you're just gonna yeah. I mean, this is why like risky facial surgeries are just like um risky, right? Even compared to leg lengthening for like your overall upheal, since like you don't want to end up like Frank Tefano. Yeah. Coral Star 1.3 million subs. Whatever. Um I'm only 6'1". Don't understand. 6'1" is short, bro. Yeah, nice joke. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see a coral star or whatever. Uh, okay, whatever. Pygmy is the only famous. No, I'm not famous at all. Um, yeah. And I really hate being short. Like these things are just so like look at that. Like it's so uncomfortable. Like I mean, one thing is like yeah, like if I do this, like this is how I like sleep on my side. It just keeps clanging on each other. Like I have to like put some like cloth over it, and like even with that, like it's just the annoying thing is like it's just so bulky that if you're not like sleeping like this exactly, like any other position just like cuts blood flow to your legs, or like um it like pulls on your joints or something. It's really uncomfortable, you know. Have you been rejected? Yeah, absolutely. Like what do you call it? Like I think one of the most brutal ones was like what do you call, like I was in like grade school, right? And like this was like a short fat like Russian void or something. Like I um like this was before like Japanese candies were common, so I tried to like give her candies and stuff like that, simp maxing, and guess what? Tall white BF, Mick of course. Mech of course. It's fucking over, man. Yeah. It was so brutal. Like she said I was a second banana, you know, it's over. Yeah. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's just so cringe. Like why the fuck did I do that? Yeah. Me too. And I don't live in the West. I'm in Africa. Never truly never began. Wait, we're in Africa. What, South Africa? Eh. When Chad does it, it's called cute. Yeah. Yeah, if he does anything, yeah. Wait, did Face actually rope 25? Yeah, like wait, how do you have access to a computer if you're in Africa? Or is it like North Africa? Because like what do you call it? There's a lot of poverty in that region. Like not many people have computers. Yeah. Yeah. When also like Muay Thai, like what do you call it? Like I remember there was this like a tall guy or something, and like what do you call it? He was talking about like, oh, what sports do you do? And he said like Muay Thai, and the woman was like, oh, like she had this like negative, like initial negative reaction about it because like she's thinking in her head, oh, Muay Thai is something that short men do. Ew, I hate Muay Thai. It's for short men. And then right after, like in a split second, she was like, oh, it's okay if you do it because you're tall, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I know poor countries have rich people, but it's not common. And if they're rich, why would they be in the stream? Why the hell would they want to watch a short guy complain about his height? You know? Like, I don't know. Now that you're a lanklet, you can get all the Korean voids. Um, no, no. If you want to be like 5'9" is still just average here in Korea. Like Korea's a tall country. It's the tallest country in Asia. Yeah, he's an African prince who's willing to fund your next operation if you give him $5,000. Oh yeah, that's my caretaker. Uh, Korean voids love American men. No, only white men. Only the white men. And that's still like a niche in Korea, you know. Like usually, like if like here's the thing, right? There was a video that like perfectly encapsulates this, you know. Like what do you call if you're a passport bro, if you're a geo maxer, and like I mean not all Asian countries are the same, right? Like you have these passport bros that like go to the Philippines, they go to Thailand, they go to like these like poor countries or whatever, and like there they get like a lot of attention, right? And then they go to like Japan, Korea, China, and they just sort of expect the same thing. They just expect to like have all the options in the world just because it's an Asian country, and they get like a brutal reality check. You know, it's just because they're Asian doesn't mean like it's easy because they're literally just like it's like going to I don't know uh Russia or something and like getting a bunch of attention and then just expecting the same thing when you go to like London or something. Like that ain't happening. Like Russia and London, like Siberia, going to Siberia and finding a relationship isn't the same thing as like finding one in like London or Berlin or something, you know? Yeah. SN something said I live in the poor country and probably financially mog most of your US viewers. Wait, how rich are you, SNS? How rich are you then? Because like I mean a lot of people in like they tend to like overestimate like a lot of things, you know. Um eh, uh yeah, I'm gonna have to go. See you guys later.